All right, in today's video, we're gonna be doing an oil change in a Honda Element 4-cylinder 2.4 liter engine. Now, it is between 2003 and 2011. It does take 4.4 quarts of oil. I am going to be using my favorite oil, Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. Viscosity is going to be 5W20. Always refer to your owner's manual just to make sure that you get the right oil for it, depending on your region. Now, it does take a 17 millimeter drain bolt, so you're going to need a little ratchet. And we are going to be doing a couple little extra things, like adding a magnetic tip oil drain plug. This one's stainless steel. I've been adding them to all my vehicles and getting fantastic results. You know, all the ferrous metals that are in the oil could go to that little oil drain plug and save yourself a big headache. We're also going to be installing these ceramic magnets to the exterior of the oil filter. We currently did some generic ones, but we want to do the ceramic ones this time. You could also get the neodymium ones, or you could get the filter mag, which is a little bit pricier, but it's very, very strong. Now, it's a very, very simple thing to do. You just put them on the outside of your oil filter, and it's going to pick up ferrous metals that are coming from your engine, and it will not get on your filter media. Now, this one is a Fram Ultra Synthetic Oil Filter, which is a pretty decent filter at 20 microns of filtration and 99% efficient. Now, you also have a bypass valve inside that can open up depending on the oil pressure or any issues and let all that dirty oil back into your engine and cause wear and tear. This is pretty much like cheap insurance. Put a few of them, 5, 6, 7 around your oil filter, picks up all the ferrous metals. They stay within there. Anything under 20 microns will go right through your filter media back into your engine. Very important to have good filtration. A lot of the OEM filters, they do between 25 to 35, 40 microns of filtration, so they're not very effective. That's why I'm going to put a little list of the ones that I like. You can check them out, do your own research. Same thing as the oil. Very important to get good quality oil. And if you have, like I say, you bought the car used and it looks a little bit beat up, Valvoline has a new oil, I think it's called Restore, that will help you clean out the engine inside. So it's a very, very good quality oil. I've seen some reviews where people have noticed, less noise in your valves and things like that. So now, as far as the frequency of your oil changes, I like to do between 3,000 to 3,500 miles per oil change. Some of the manufacturers say 7,000, 10,000, 15,000. I would never go that high. If you do mostly highway miles, you could go up to 5,000. If you pull a trailer, I would probably do about 4,000 miles on the intervals. So it's very important that you do your maintenance and also get yourself a little torque wrench for your drain bolt. You don't want to over tighten it. So when you're putting back your oil filter, you definitely could hand tighten it, and that's pretty much it. You're definitely going to need an oil drain pan, some gloves, and a funnel. Very, very important to maintain your vehicle if you want the engine to last you a long time. Another thing that people forget to do is change your air filter. Very important. You could get contaminants going into your engine and cause wear and tear. So change it once a year, get a good quality one, or check your owner's manual to see how frequent you need to change it. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Check out some of our links. They do help out the channel, and don't forget to like and follow. All right, so let's go ahead and remove the 17 millimeter drain bolt. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install the magnetic drain plug. Go ahead and clean everything up real nice. I'm gonna torque it at 33 foot-pounds. All right, that's it. All right, so the oil filter is behind the CV joint. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it using the oil filter tools. You can see the magnets are on there. So we're gonna go ahead and take it apart and see how much metal has been collected. All right, it's a little tight spot, but it's definitely doable. And one of the little things that I do is, put a little piece of aluminum foil, kind of give it, like a little channel more or less, so you could, give you your oil into, your drain pan and not make such a mess. Once you're done, let it drip, remove it, and you're pretty much good to go. Remember not to over tighten your oil filter. This one's a little tight. Got to put a little pressure on here. I already got to loosen, but all right. These are the magnets we got on there. So, alright, so we're gonna go ahead and clean the area where the filter is. Make sure that the old seal is not on there. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-fill the oil filter and add a little bit of oil around your seal. I'm not gonna go all the way because this filter kind of sits sideways, but I'll do about half of it. I think that should be enough. A little bit of oil around the seal, and we're gonna go ahead and hand tighten it. All right. The good thing about the frame, it has the grip, so you could tighten. All right. So using the foil paper, it actually keeps this area clean right here. So all you gotta do is clean up, you know, the top part, pull out the foil paper, and you have less to clean. All right, so let's go ahead and remove oil cap. Let's go ahead and clean it real nice. Okay. 5W20, always check your manual or your cap, make sure that you are putting the correct oil. A lot of the times there's usually a little bit of dirt around here. Make sure you have a nice clean one. It's going to be 4.4 quarts, so we're not going to go ahead and pull the full thing. Alright, now we're good between the two dots. So what we're going to do is reset your service required once you get to 7,500 miles on the oil change. In our case, we're up to 6,000 miles only, and normally what I recommend is 4,000 mile oil changes. But if you have your oil service light on, we're going to go ahead and reset it. You're going to hold the reset button. You're going to put your key in the ignition accessory mode. You're going to hold it, and normally it would go ahead and turn off. There you go, and that's it. Release your button, and you are all set and reset for the oil life at 7,500 miles. Now, what we're going to be doing is, instead of doing that, we're going to use the trip to set it to about 5,000 miles, and then that's when you're going to change your oil. That's what I would recommend, 5,000, 4,000. Do not do your 7,500. I think it's a little bit too much. All right, so in order to do about 5,000 miles, what I would recommend is select on trip B. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and reset that to 0 by holding it, and there you go. So once you get to the desired miles you want to change your oil, then go ahead and say if it's 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000, then you can keep an eye on it. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the oil filter. I'm going to flip it upside down so any cutting or any little metals from the cutting don't go up. So we're going to do it upside down. It's going to be a little bit messy. So we'll keep the magnets in the original locations. Then we'll put it on the microscope so you can see if there's any metals in there. All right. One thing you always want to do if you open up your filters, a great tool to have, is always check the pleats, make sure there's no like big metal in there. So everything looks just regular, just standard. All right. All right, so you can see there on the sides, very, very light of ferrous metals. This is actually a very healthy engine compared to mine. And this engine has like 159,000 miles. I only see a little bit of tiny bit of metal. So we're gonna go ahead and put it under the microscope to see if we can see a little bit closer. But this looks extremely, extremely healthy. I mean, granted, on my other vehicles, I have a lot more magnets. So you have more surface area to catch, but this looks very, very good. All right, we can go ahead and clean it up a little bit too, so it's easier to see. Alright guys, so this is an actual video of my little screen here. It's a little old school microscope that I got here, very simple. As you can see right there, here's a little bit of super small. I gotta tell you, this engine is extremely healthy compared to my LS. This one has 159,000 miles. This is a 6,000 mile oil change, and it looks pretty amazing, I have to say. So I'm trying to get the best I possibly can there. So it looks extremely good. Like in mine, you could tell there's a lot of metal, so whatever's on here, very, very small. It's a possibility if it's under 20 microns, it could go through the filter. That's why I like using magnets, but in this case, we only used 3 magnets. That's why I kind of like to use more of the smaller ones. And honestly, I don't see any metal that, compared to the other ones that I've seen, anything catastrophic at all. Very, very clean. This Honda engine is excellent. So this one here I cleaned up a little bit with WD-40, and you can't even tell there's nothing there. Yeah. So very, very clean engine. I'm still using my magnets, and with the addition of the drain plug, but very, very, very nice. All right, so final thoughts on the Honda Element oil change. Very healthy engine, well maintained. We are going to still use our magnets on the oil filter and the drain plug in all of our vehicles, just to keep track, make sure that they're nice and healthy. Now, compared to my LS oil filter, it picked up a lot more metals. Obviously a much bigger engine. I do push it very hard, but definitely using magnets for us is, it's a no-brainer. It's kind of like cheap insurance. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to check out some of our links that do help out the channel, and don't forget to like and follow.